Okay, here we are to demonstrate cleaning up a Drago corn head after harvest. What you'll see is we've got, field debris and junk sitting here along the deck plate. You also have probably something back here by your tensioner and between your gathering chains. So you need to come through and blow all this out. You also need to blow this here out. Now what we need to do right now the deck plate's got some movement, which is good, so you finished harvest well, but you want to make sure it's cleaned up for the next season. So what we're going to have to do is pay attention to where this strap goes through here. This other strap goes through here, and then in the back there's also another place where the strap goes through the main frame of the row unit. And debris and field trash, corn silks can fill in there and actually plug the deck plate up and keep it from free floating like it's designed to do. So we are going to demonstrate how to clean that up properly after the season, which will take a little bit more time than in-season cleanup, and we'll also demonstrate how to lube it, the deck plate adjustment after the season. To show you that a nice long wand is good to have to try to keep you from being right in the chaff, and then you're also going to need a smaller one with a small looking brake line end on it, because this end fits in the holes and cavities of the deck plates. Alright, pay attention to this cavity underneath here. This is all plugged full. The chaff from the deck plate needs to fall down through this hole. This is a clean out hole. As you can see, it's all full and plugged up. So you need to make sure we also clean this up. Then back here underneath the rear deck plate there is a cover plate. We have found that it's easier to leave the cover plate on and to remove this bolt and that bolt there on the piston assembly, and then come around on the back side and remove this snap ring right here. When you remove that, you can push the whole piston assembly out, and then you've got access to this rear cavity through the piston hole.
We're going to remove the deck plate pistons to show you how to clean out the cavity. Remove this snap ring, and sometimes they'll be stuck inside here, so make sure it moves good. Then you come over here to the other side. You got two 13mm bolts you got to remove. Take these two 13mm bolts out, and make sure you keep the plunger together when you're taking it out of there, because it will slide apart. And just do that. See, that plunger, nothing holds that plunger in there. It can come apart, and then you get all that crap in the plunger, and that's not good. So that's it for taking the deck piston out to clean this cavity out.
So now, as you can see, this bottom cavity here is all dirty, and we've got the piston plunger out. So now that back one is going to be open so we can blow the field debris, shucks, get all that out. So Josh is now going to demonstrate that.
Then you come underneath.
Josh is blowing out that front cavity right now, using a long wand because a lot of stuff comes out of there.
Builds up in there.
You want to blow until you don't see much more coming out of there.
So we got it pretty much clean, and then you can shove the rod in there pretty far. That's why we recommend these long wands, to get in there and keep you away from all the chaff. Once you get that channel pretty clean, you can come up in here and look, and you can see how we got to have it. We got to have that all opened up so chaff falls down and out, doesn't sit up in there and build up and cause problems in the future. We remove that deck plate piston, and you can blow in that hole. You see all that crap coming out of there? You just continue doing that till you get very minimal flow of trash. I'm not going to do it, but that's what you got to do.
Now, right, once again, this hole right up in here is open all the way to the back. This is an open cavity. So when you pull this piston hole out, you can actually blow the chaff out of the middle back to here, and also from back here back and forth to clean this out. So you can stick the wand in, point it back, and you'll see that it comes out the back. So that's how you need to clean that bottom out.
Next, we're going to come up top here. You can see how the deck plate on this one kind of moves and does the jingle like we want, but there's still stuff built up in here on every one of them. So you get this 1/4-inch tube on this. You know, you can buy them any Napa, any store you got there. Then you just blow down in there. Then you twist it all around, do that real good, and get in there. Then you go up here and do the same thing. Then you go up by the row unit, do the same thing. Then you push the plate back and go to the front. When you get all done, the deck plate can sound like that. Move freely and do everything it's supposed to do. Next, we're going to put the deck plate piston back in. Just shove it in through the hole that you took it out of. And make sure you line it up in here real good and get that on there how it's supposed to be. And then you just put the bolts back in like you took them out and tighten it down. And then just put the snap ring back on. I got the deck plate piston back in. Now at the end of the season, you want to fill this piston completely up with Drago grease only. So what you do is you pump her in. Then right here, there's a weep hole. You can see the grease will come out once the piston's full. And then you're done.
Okay, what we have here are the chain tensioners. Like I said, we pulled these out so we could take the gathering chains off and show you. But as you can see, that this customer did not use Drago grease. It should be more of a clear looking grease, just like you've got there. That's what it should look like. As you can see, these had regular grease, and you can start seeing that they start gumming up and turning like clay and Play-Doh and pudding. And then these actuators start seizing up and gumming up and sticking, and they don't work. Then on top of it, we cannot pull them out and service them properly. That's why it is so important to use Drago grease.